line. You're on the air. Hello.
Hello, Art.
Yes.
Hi. I don't have a whole lot of time.
Well, look, let's begin by finding out whether you're using this line properly or not.
Area 51.
Yeah, that's right. Were you an employee or are you now?
A former employee.
Former employee.
I was let go on a medical discharge about a week ago, and I've kind of been running across the country. Oh man, I don't know where to start. They're gonna they'll triangulate on this position really soon.
So you can't spend a lot of time on the phone. So give us something quick.
Okay. Okay. What we're thinking of as aliens, Art, they're extra-dimensional beings that an earlier precursor of the space program made contact with. They are not what they claim to be. They have infiltrated a lot of aspects of the military establishment, particularly the Area 51.
Hello, my name is Morgan Johnson, and I have an interesting story to tell you about today about an extraterrestrial experience I had.
A UFO in China's skies forced Zhoushan Airport to stop operations on July 7th. Outbound flights were grounded after the unidentified flying object was detected by a flight crew.
Some Chinese residents are on edge this morning after another apparent UFO sighting.
Early yesterday morning, just before dawn, this appeared in the Norwegian sky.
A spiral in the sky around a bright light.
People described seeing a wide circular formation in the sky.
A UFO in the form of a bright light is seen descending over the Dome of the Rock in Jerusalem. The video is said to be taken over the weekend. Then suddenly the light shoots up into the sky.
The summer before coming into college. So it was the night of the July 4th. It was at 2013, and being the youngster I was at home with my parents that night, and we live out in the country, a very rural area. We had one neighbor, and all the sides of my house are cornfields. That night I was very tired. I went to bed at about 11:30, I want to say.
The disasters that are coming, the military, the government knows about them, and there's a lot of safe areas in this world that they could begin moving the population to now, Art.
But they're not doing anything.
They are not. They want the major population centers wiped out so that the few that are left will be more easily controllable.
And it's like a regular night, and I fell asleep. But I don't know the exact time it is, but I think it was about a few hours later. I remember I was laying down in my bed, like belly flat like that, and my head was off, looking to the side like that, like looking toward the right, toward my window. I have one really big window in my room that's on the south side, and I was looking towards it. And I remember my body was paralyzed. Like, I could not move. Like, my body was like that on my bed. I remember I could move my eyes a little bit. I could sort of move my head a tiny bit, but it was weird. There was this really bright, glowing, whitish blue light coming into my window.
Do you have any idea where the employee is with respect to us? Stand by.
The crew required information on the current position of the S-4B, the final stage of the rocket which had been jettisoned away 2 days earlier. This short message hid an extraordinary turn of events. Apollo 11 wasn't alone in space.
There was something out there that was close enough to be observed, and what could it be?
Traveling alongside Apollo 11 was a mysterious object, like this one filmed on a later mission. If the object wasn't part of Apollo's rocket, it could be only one thing: a UFO.
And it's honestly the craziest thing. I just remember like this huge white blue light coming in through the window. My body could not move, and I remember I kind of looked around, like up, down, thinking like, what could this be? Like I wasn't really thinking that much at the time. Like in retrospect, like hindsight, I guess it'd be a pretty scary experience, but I wasn't really feeling anything at the time. But I do remember distinctly that like not only could I not move, but I like looked down, I saw my dog. She was standing like right there, looking like out the window as well. But she was standing still as well. She wasn't barking or jumping around like I know she would have normally done.
In some way, something knocked us off the air, and we're on a backup system now.
It's the government, or?
I don't know.
It has to be something, though.
Well, did you hear? Now, you tell me because you were listening.
That was awful strange.
There was a really weird guy on the air when it went off?
Yeah. Real weirded out.
Like going sort of sounding paranoid, schizophrenic?
Like crying and everything.
Yeah. And how far into the conversation was it when it went off?
Just a couple, about 15, 20 seconds, I'd say.
Oh, you guys missed, you really missed a call then, and I've got a feeling somebody didn't want you to hear it.
Yeah.
And beyond that, that was it. I don't remember any alien visiting me. I don't remember seeing anything. I don't remember being probed or anything. Like, I kind of looked at my body the next day and like nothing was out of whack. So that was kind of the end of that. And it's still really interesting to this day. I feel like I do believe in aliens. I don't think I may have been visited by one, but I'm not completely sure.
There's no way that we're alone in this universe. There's no way. There's hundreds of thousands of millions of billions of planets. Now, the next theory is that the Malaysian plane that went missing a few years ago actually got abducted. Now, the main reason this theory got started is number one, the plane went missing and disappeared basically into thin air. Nobody could find any remnants of it. Also, the head of the Malaysian Air Force said that he witnessed an unidentified flying object on the radar near where the plane was. And after he saw that on the radar, the plane was gone. There's also barely any debris of the plane. They said that they think it crashed somewhere and they found a little piece of debris over here, but with the plane that big, there can't just not be debris. Kind of makes you think, are all those people still out there? Is that plane still out there? Are they going to come back? And if they do come back, what are they going to say happened? Now, I know alien abduction sounds crazy, but what if I told you that an actress that we all know experienced it for herself? Fran Dresser from the show The Nanny, which is an amazing show by the way, believes that she was abducted when she was a teenager. She says that one night she was abducted. She doesn't remember much, her mind kind of went black, but when she woke up, she had a scar behind her ear. A scar that had never been there before. She believes that that's where they implanted a chip. She met her husband years later, and he had the same exact story, and he has the same exact scar. So her theory is that they were both abducted when they were teenagers, and that they were both programmed to find each other.
It's life forms. They could look exactly like us. There could be basically carbon copy humans just on a different planet if the conditions are exactly right. I'm sure that the conditions being exactly right might be a little bit unlikely, but pretty similar to humans could be a possibility. There could be like as intelligent dinosaurs out there. I don't really know, dinosaur looking things. That it could be totally different. You look at the variety of life we have on Earth, that could be the same variety of life on other planets, just evolution could have had a different outcome where humans, the human type, was not the victor.
Do you think aliens are real?
Yes.
Why?
Well, the universe is a big place, and I think it's ignorant to believe that we can be the only life forms in it. The universe is, what, 13.8 billion years old? I don't think it's reasonable to believe that during that time period, Earth has been the only one of trillions of planets in the universe to harbor life.
behind you!